guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this series we're going to be going over the 10th house and how to unlock your career with your 10th house, okay, based on the sign and if you have any planets in it too. We'll be going through all the zodiac signs and the planets. But if you enjoy my readings, you can book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back to you. So getting back into the 10th house, okay? And just a little preview of the 10th house. The 10th house is the highest part of your chart, okay? Stands on the top, and it actually represents your midheaven, okay? Your midheaven. This is your public reputation, how people see you, okay? What you are known for, your legacy, and how people see it, okay? So this is the highest part of your chart, and this is why it represents your reputation and how people see you. And it's also ruled by Saturn in Capricorn, which is earth energy, deals with the earth element. So your reputation and all of that is based off of the work you put in here, okay? Earth deals with work, okay? The physical work, the labor, okay? The constructive work, okay? The physical stuff we're doing here. So the 10th house deals with your reputation and the work that you're gonna have to put in to build it, okay? So it's a lot of work in this house, but if you put in the work, you'll be able to unlock your career, okay? But based on the sign or planet that's in your 10th house, that's going to determine how you approach this work, okay? Because it's in different flavors. Some people can be more spiritual, some people can be more physical, some people it could be more mental, yada yada yada. We're gonna get into that, okay? So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you have Aries or Mars in the 10th house, Aries or Mars in the 10th house, okay, you will be able to unlock your career through independence and strong self-identity, okay? You kind of have to break the rules. You have to face your fears and be courageous, okay? Mars and Aries in the 10th house, this is for a courageous person. This is a person who knows how to lead themselves without anyone following them, without any type of outside approval. You have to be this leader. You have to know, and in order to be that, you have to know thyself. Aries and Mars deals with the self-identity all the way down to the physical level. So you really got to know yourself. It also with Aries and Mars in the 10th house, to unlock your career, this deals with a lot of action and motivation, okay? Your willpower, okay? So you got to be able to motivate yourself to do what you want to do, okay? Again, this is a very independent approach to your career. You don't want to focus on people. You don't even want to focus too much on collaborating with people. You want to be the start of whatever you're doing. You have an idea in your head, you go and you attack it. And you do it through your self-will and motivation. Aries and Mars deals with action, movement, motivation. Okay, so you have to be able to motivate yourself, okay? Get up and do what is it that you want to do and want to become. Push yourself, okay? Use your energy, okay? It's through your will and self-identity. Very independent placement, and can be a scary one because the 10th house comes with lots of obstacles. But with that Aries energy, you use that force to push through. So self-motivation and action, taking actions on the ideas, not just thinking about things and planning things, but taking action on them. You want to get active, okay, in your career. Nothing's going to happen unless you take action with Mars or Aries in the 10th house. You want to take action. Motivation is your biggest strength. Also, with Mars and Aries in the 10th house, there's a lot of competition, okay? You're going to have to get comfortable with a little bit of competition. Now, this could be competition with yourself, okay? If you're trying to beat something that you did, beat your record, build your skills, beat what you've already know, get better at it, make yourself the competition. That is the true self-motivation. But also, you could get competition from other people within your career. Okay, this could be a very competitive journey to your career. So you have to be able to fight, okay? And I don't mean that in a physical way. However, you could go into boxing. Boxing would be a great or sports or athletics in general is a great approach for Aries and Mars in the 10th house. But I say fight in general. You have to be able to fight. You know, you're going to get competition. You're going to get friction. Aries is about that. And you have to prove yourself by fighting through with your force. So using your adrenaline, using your anger to push through is good, okay? A little push isn't bad. A little competition isn't bad. And the obstacles that come against you are very aggressive, so you got to push through. Okay, the universe will support you by fighting back and pushing through whatever obstacles, people, situations that come your way. Use that Aries energy, use your fight, use your adrenaline to push through those obstacles. Okay, get competitive. Okay, because the universe will support you. But know that the competition is truly yourself, okay? This is about the self. Aries and Mars deals with the self. So even though there is outside competition, because Aries is competition energy and you got to fight through, don't look at those outside people as like the direct competition. Really, the competition is you. And these people or situations that are outside from it are just challenging your self-will, challenging your competition energy, challenging your confidence. Okay, at the end of the day, you're gonna bring yourself through. Also, physical activity, okay, in your career. So going into sports, going into anything that's physical, okay, that gets you moving, that gets you active. This is very great for unlocking your career with having Aries or Mars in the 10th house, okay, because Aries and Mars is very active, it's very physical. So you guys just want to move your bodies and really be, you know, in motion. So doing careers that deal with that, physical sports, athletics, okay, anything physical that challenges you will help you with your career. This is kind of the motive you want to go through because you have so much adrenaline and so much energy, okay? And this manifests not only in competition but also just physically, okay? So again, sports and stuff like that are great careers and areas to go. But with Mars and Aries in the 10th house, you truly are a leader. You want to lead with yourself. You want to be very self-willed and you want to motivate yourself. Don't let anyone set you back. Okay, be the leader and initiate your career by taking the actions. Don't wait for anyone. So having Aries and Mars in this house is great because there's a lot of initiation, there's a lot of motivation. The 10th house needs someone who's going to get motivated and get up. You know, you can't wait for anyone. The 10th house is not a baby house. This is a house of high discipline. So having someone like an Aries or Mars in this 10th house is great to get things going. The challenge with this placement is keeping it going, okay, the long route, okay? Sometimes you can burn yourself out with Mars in the 10th house or Aries in the 10th house. So you want to pace yourself, but always keep going, okay? If you have Taurus in the 10th house, okay, Taurus in the 10th house, all right? In order to unlock your career, you are going to need to focus on your natural God-given gifts, okay? Your natural God-given gifts, okay? With Taurus in the 10th house, you don't really need to initiate things, okay? Things are kind of based off of what you have. You have to remember, Taurus represents what you have. So with Taurus in the 10th house, you want to deal with your natural gifts. And what I mean by that is Taurus deals with your natural gifts because Taurus rules our 5 senses. So taste, touch, smell, sight, sound, all of that. Okay, so a lot of Tauruses are highly connected to their senses and they can have heightened senses. So that can make them really good with music, with sounds, okay? Tauruses can be really good singers. My brother actually has a stellium in Taurus. He has a sun, moon, and Mercury in Taurus. And when he was a younger kid, he just knew how to sing. Like he just knew, like no one was singing on his level. He would do runs and riffs. And again, it's because Taurus comes with natural gifts dealing with the 5 senses, okay? And this can go very deep. This can be interior designing, okay? Really good with sight, with visual, with artistic creation visual, okay? Really good with the hands, okay? Pottery, sculptures, arts and crafts, construction, architect. These are very Taurus-ruled subjects. Tauruses can be really good chefs, really good cooks, okay, because they're really good with taste. They have a high connection with that, okay? They can be good with sports, athletics, okay, because again, the strong connection to the body. Tauruses are very gifted. If you have Taurus in the 10th house, you definitely have some type of natural talents, and that is what you will use to make your money and create your career. Okay. And you could just have a natural gift for just loving money and wanting to make a lot too. And again, they will come naturally to you. This is Taurus energy. It's very physical. It's really in your body. So Taurus in 10th house, they could be very artistic and very creative. Also could be really good with construction and architecture and stuff like that. Very hands-on, again, down to earth, natural gifts, what you have, our voices, our hands, our bodies, everything that we naturally have. Connect to them, and there's something that you may do very, very, very well as a Taurus on a physical level. Also with Taurus in the 10th house, to unlock your career, self-esteem and self-worth and self-value is very important. Okay, now this is just beyond money. Okay, this leads into really good money and really valuable money and money that keeps you stable. And this could be very lucrative. Taurus rules money. You could make lots of money, but the reason is because of your self-worth and self-value. It's not the money alone. What people have to understand with Taurus is about self-worth and self-value. So how you value yourself. And there could be issues. 10th house brings in obstacles. So if you have Taurus in the 10th house, money and financial stability, okay, and your value and how you feel like you can have it could have been challenged. Money could have been a challenge being raised up, and you have to learn how to build your value so that you can make the money. Okay, so the 10th house brings in lots of obstacles, and whatever energy is in that 10th house is what's going to be the obstacle. So Taurus being about money and is the obstacle, and how you accomplish a lot of money, how you are able to unlock this career is by having a strong self-value. So you could have had struggles with money growing up, but you have to learn how to build your self-worth. I am worth this money. I am worth this salary. I deserve this type of money. Okay, you have to build your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. You will make a lot of money if you value yourself higher. Okay, this is like going into a job and they ask you for a salary. You will ask for a good salary because it reflects your value. So when you work on your value, which will be challenged because Taurus in the 10th house is challenging your self-value, your materialistic possessions. It's challenging all of that. If you are able to overcome these obstacles of what you deserve and what you have and what you're worth and your value, and you build it, you'll be able to make lots of money. You have to learn that lesson. Taurus and 10th house people have to learn how to value themselves on a much higher level. You will be able to make lots of money. I'm telling you, Taurus in the 10th house is lots of money. Your value and your hard work will make you lots of money. Okay, the fact that you're willing to work hard, because Taurus is about consistent, stable work, and the fact that you have a high sense of value, this will help you make lots of money. So you can tap into lots of money with Taurus in 10th house. Taurus in 10th house is very much a blessing in terms of having a very rich career, a career of lots of money, of lots of value. Okay, but again, this is going to be established by building your self-esteem, building your self-value, overcoming the obstacles you had to deal with when it came to financial issues and money. Okay, because Taurus in the 10th house will manifest that, but it's for you to overcome so that you can build a strong self of worth and value. So once you believe in yourself, you have strong self-value, you understand that you are worth more and that you deserve more, you will get more and a lot more, and you'll be able to attract more. Okay, and I said hard work as well too, because Taurus deals with consistent work. Taurus is an earth sign. It's not just about relaxing, but it's about working to relax. Okay, Taurus know how to work, and they know how to work consistently. Okay, so having Taurus in the 10th house, it could be like a slow rise to the top, because Taurus is, again, that consistency and just keeping it going until the fruits of your labor, come out. Okay, you soil the ground, you water it, you put in all the work, you're consistent in it, and then finally the plants start to grow, the fruits grow. Like, it all deals with consistent and patience with work. So with Taurus in the 10th house, you also have to be really good with work and stable and consistent and patient. Okay, because as you're doing that with that self-value, you're going to be able to make lots of money. Okay, this is a very valuable placement. This is a money placement, honestly. Valuing yourself is also going to help you understand what your natural talents are. Okay, if you value yourself, you will value the things you have, because what you have is who you are. It's part of you. So once you learn how to value yourself, you will value the things you have, which are your natural talents, and you'll be able to make money off of that. So tap into that work ethic, tap into that self-esteem and value, and stay grounded, down to earth, and natural to who you are and what you have, because what you have is so gifted. You just have to unlock it. Also, beauty as well too. Taurus deals with your beauty, your physical beauty. Okay, so naturally being beautiful. You can even be a model with Taurus in the 10th house, making money off of that. And again, your natural beauty, what you have, what you're gifted with. Okay, so arts, creatives, construction, architect, okay, and a good work ethic, these are the things that you want to tap into with Taurus in the 10th house. If you have Gemini or Mercury in the 10th house, okay, Gemini or Mercury in the 10th house, you will be able to unlock your career by tapping into information and communicating it. Okay, your goal is to communicate information. So with Gemini, you want to research, you want to build in all your information, learn lots of skills. Okay, Gemini in the 10th house, you can learn so many skills. Okay, Gemini is a researcher, is a learner, is a studier. Okay, they can gain lots of skills based off of what they inform themselves with. Okay, they're always researching, always grabbing in information. They love lots of mental stimulation. But and you build this by building your skills. So there's a lot of skills that Geminis in the 10th house can get. Okay, you can learn how to do lots of things. You can have lots of skills. You can almost do anything if you put your mind to it. When you put your mind to it, you can pretty much do anything. So Geminis are very smart and logical. In the 10th house, they're very smart and logical. So you guys are very blessed in being able to pick up lots of skills. Like, you guys can do like any type of career because you're just focusing on the mind. You're operating with the mind. However, your specific goal is to communicate this information, especially with Gemini and Mercury. Gemini, you want to communicate this information. So things such as journalism, news broadcasting, speech, giving out speeches, being a teacher, being a professor, anything that deals with communication is what you want to get into, because yes, you guys are good at learning skills, but the end goal for Gemini is to communicate this information. It's not just to grab the information. That's more like Virgo and Mercury, which we'll get into later. But with Gemini, Mercury, you want to communicate these skills. So going into fields that deal with communication, that deal with speaking, is definitely how you unlock your career. Okay, you also want to network. Okay, network with your community. Okay, networking is big with Gemini. Geminis, they speak, they get around easily, they communicate, they talk. So communicating, networking with people is really going to help you. Okay, make connections. Connections can help build your career based off of who you know. Gemini in the 10th house or Mercury in the 10th house, this is very much communicate, to network, to get your career. Okay, it's who you know. Okay, it's who you know, and that's how you can climb to the top and get to the top. So networking and communicating is the huge tool with this career, whether it be the actual job that you're doing, which is communicating, or communicating, networking to get into that job, to get into that position that you want to be. So your network, your community, you want to use this. Okay, all of this. Also with Gemini and Mercury in the 10th house, you guys are great at multitasking, and this also means multiple jobs. Okay, so with Gemini or Mercury in the 10th house, having multiple different jobs within your career, doing multiple things is normal. this is great, and will help expand you, and you will be able to handle it because you got Gemini here. You can multitask. You're very smart when it comes to your career, so it's easy for you to multitask. It's easy for you to do many different jobs. Okay, like think like Ryan Seacrest and how he's the host of this and the radio show here and then a TV show here. Like that's that Gemini energy, being able to do multiple things. So don't feel so stuck into one thing. You know, like to me, like Taurus in the 10th house is more about focusing on maybe one thing, because Taurus is all about, you know, Taurus is more grounded. It's more about doing one thing and building it up slowly and consistently, okay, and mastering what you have. Whereas Gemini is about, you know, gaining more information, getting more information and learning more things. And it's very mentally stimulated. It's not so calm and down to earth like Taurus. So they like to be everywhere. So Gemini in 10th house, doing multiple careers is great. This is going to help mentally stimulate you. It will be a lot more exciting for you, and you'll be able to handle it because of how many skills you have. You have so many different skills. Don't feel like you just have to have one career. You can have many, and with the amount of skills that you are absorbing, amount of information you're getting, you're gonna have many skills. And again, don't forget to network and communicate. Even communicate what you want to do as a career. That will even help you with Gemini in the 10th house. Like communicate, network. It will really work. It will work in your favor. Okay, and work on communication as well too. You know, maybe you could have issues with communicating. You're really smart, but you might be a little bit shy. Overcome that, because I'm telling you, your communicative skills are so amazing, and if you work on it and push on it, because 10th house is going to put some obstacles, but if you work on it and push on it, you're going to be such an amazing communicator, because not only are you great with the mind and fast with the speaking, but you're also very disciplined and well studied because of the 10th house. So definitely a big point for Gemini and Mercury in the 10th house. If you have Cancer or Moon in the 10th house, okay, Cancer or Moon in the 10th house, this could be a very, very tricky placement, because this is like the opposite, okay? Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn and the 10th house. It deals with the 4th house. So Cancer and the Moon, they deal with emotional security. They don't like being out in the public, and the 10th house is the complete opposite. It is your public reputation, how you're put out there. It's everyone judging you, criticizing you, seeing you. And Cancers are very shy. They like to be intimate. They like to be covered. They like to be protected. They like to be in the home, not out in the public for everyone to scrutinize them, see them, and judge them. Okay, so they don't feel natural in this placement, in this like career field. And the passion for Cancer is really family. So when you have Cancer or Moon in the 10th house, career-wise, you're looking for emotional security and family. And that can be very difficult in the career fields, because this is not the area for it. So your career can make you uncomfortable, and this is very important to understand, because people with this placement, Cancer or Moon in the 10th house, can struggle with their careers, can feel very uncomfortable in it, in the public space, and can sometimes just not operate well in this energy. It could be a struggle. You can always be hiding away from it. It could be too much criticism. Okay, but they're looking for emotional security. And even though this isn't the most natural place for it, you can still create that, okay? One way with Cancer or Moon in the 10th house is working from home. That's one of the basic, very straightforward ways of dealing with this. You know, working from home. Don't have to go out there, don't got to be in the office, don't got to be dealing with managers, don't got to be dealing with people. You don't have to deal with all this stuff. You're in your home, in your comfort space. So Cancer Moon in the 10th house, definitely consider, you know, working from home if that's something you're interested in, because it'll definitely make you feel a lot more secure, a lot more comfortable, and a lot more in control of this area in life, okay? Also, dealing with stuff of family, of emotional security, of comfort, of nurture. These things are very important. You can go into fields like nursing, medical, anything that deals with the healing of somebody, healing people, nurturing people, comforting people, okay? All of these types of fields, making people feel emotionally secure, these are great spaces for Cancer. These are great fields to go in for Cancer, because Cancer is all about the emotional security. It's all about healing. So when you have this placement fields that where you can create a family environment, okay, so you know, where you make people feel good, you heal people, you talk to people, therapy, nursing, okay, these things are good fields for you, because you'll be fulfilling your purpose, which is again that emotional security, that healing, okay. Also, like making family business, maybe going into family business is the thing for you, okay? Because instead of working out into anyone's business, you're working within the business of your family. You feel, again, more emotionally secure, more at home, because you're working with your family, okay? Very similar to working at home. So very important to go over Cancer or Moon in the 10th house, because a lot of people can very much look up to you too, because you're a healer. You're like the mother, in the sense of you're the nurturer. You're where everyone goes to for healing, for security, for comfort. So because you have this like reputation, you know, you can have a very kind of like very positive, securing look in the way that people see your reputation. But again, the challenge is, can you be that comfort? Can you feel comfortable in that position? Okay, and this could be a lot of people, you know, going for your energy, you know, because you're that nurturer, you're that comfort person. People like mooch on your energy, can try to use and abuse you, and this can reinforce your feeling unstable and feeling uncomfortable, okay, because people are like using you, trying to attach themselves for you for that emotional security, you know, taking advantage, okay. So this can reinforce you, you know, wanting to put a shell. So, you know, you want to protect yourself with Cancer Moon in the 10th house, okay? There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself, because you're going to need it, okay? Because people see you as an emotional healer that they could just latch onto. And if you don't put in your boundaries financially and just like space-wise and having like my own place, if you don't put up your boundaries, you know, you could get taken advantage of. You could feel overwhelmed by the people using and mooching on your energy. So definitely be mindful with that. Very difficult placement, but if you can find the time to do the shadow work and find your emotional security, okay, secure yourself, protect yourself. That's the main thing. Protect yourself. Create your emotional security. If it means you got to work at home, work at home. If it means you need to go into business with family or people that you're extremely close to, do that. If it means that you got to be more conservative, okay? People with this placement are very conservative with their reputation. They're not out there like that. Do that. You need that security, okay? Because it can be very uncomfortable and challenging with this placement. You have Sun or Leo, okay? Leo or Sun in the 10th house. My friend, you gotta face your fears. You gotta express yourself. And with the Sun or Leo being in the 10th house, you can get a lot of criticism, a lot of obstacles when it comes to self-expression, expressing yourself, putting yourself out there, okay, in a very positive way, in an expressive way. You have to be comfortable. People with this placement could have a little bit of issues or insecurities when it comes to expressing themselves. They want to, but they're a little bit scared because of the criticism, the obstacles. You gotta push through. You gotta face your fears. Facing your fears here is what's going to break you out, okay? Break out your career, because Leo's all about self-expression, okay? Confidence, okay? You need that with approaching your career, no matter how scary it is, because the 10th house is very scary and it will put obstacles against you no matter what energies are there. But you use your Leo and your Sun energy and that ego and that pride to express yourself regardless. I don't care how, you know, shy you can be. You want to practice expressing yourself, because this is how you're going to be seen. Leo, Sun in the 10th house, this is a huge light, okay? This is like fame, stardom, okay? You're a light in the 10th house of your reputation, so you got to be comfortable expressing yourself in any type of way, especially creatively, because Sun and Leo deal with creativity. They're very creative, so you could be an entertainer, a performer, even a public speaker. of any sort, express yourself, express your energy. Even an athlete, express yourself, okay? Entertain people. Leo is the energy of entertainment. So get into the fields of entertainment. Do the performing arts. Do anything that just puts yourself out there of self-expression, okay? This is going to be really good for you, okay? And if you're able to face your fears, you can unlock a really huge career, okay? A career that is shining. People see you as the shining star. Also, with Leo and Sun in the 10th house, you want to be a leader. You really want to be a leader, because that's really what you're here to do, okay? Being that it's in the 10th house, the public role model, reputation house, and then you put Leo here where you're shining it bright. You want to be a leader because a lot of people are going to look up to you. A lot of people are going to look up to you because you're in the position of being looked up to and you're shining bright. So you're very attractive. You want to be a leader. This all coincides with self-confidence and self-expression. If you're too afraid to express yourself, okay, if you're not confident enough, you can't lead anyone, okay? And because you shine so bright, you are meant to do that. So you want to lead, okay? Lead by being the best self-example of yourself that you can possibly be, okay? Because you're kind of like a role model, and if whichever way you want to roll is how you roll. But just know that you are in a position of leadership and of people looking up to you, okay? So be confident in that. Be confident in that power, okay? Also, watch out for the ego as well too, okay? The 10th house will, because Leo rules ego, and so does the sun. The sun deals with the ego. The Leo energy deals with the ego. But having it in the 10th house will challenge your ego. So a lot of times people with Sun and Leo in the 10th house, they can have these big dreams of being famous. They just have this vision. They just see themselves as being something big. And you're going for it and you're trying to do it, but you're coming across a lot of obstacles. You're trying to get here. Maybe you went for this lead part, but you didn't get it. Maybe you went for this role, this job, and you didn't get it. Maybe you expressed yourself on a big platform and got a little bit of pushback. Keep pushing because your ego will be tested. This is to see how well you can stand up in front of the world, because that's kind of the 10th house is like the stage. So if you're going to be this shining light, you got to be able to handle criticism. You got to have strong confidence. So the 10th house is going to challenge your ego. So with Leo and Sun in the 10th house people, if you get challenged, if you put something out there and you get trashed, or you get like criticisms, every time you express yourself, power through, keep doing it. Someone's gonna like it, first of all, because you're really talented and creative. Also, you probably just have haters, just people just hating on you because they can't do it themselves. They can't put themselves out there themselves. And I'm telling you, if you keep pushing, you're going to get over this obstacle, and you're actually going to be a popping star of any sort. So don't let these little fumbles and falls and criticisms get to your ego. Keep pushing it out there. Keep expressing yourself regardless of what you get. This is practice to build yourself up so that when you're up top, you can handle the criticisms, because they will come. This is the 10th house. All right, so be the star that you are. Get into entertainment, get into self-expression, be confident, do these things. Even looking good, like guys can be very attractive. The way people see you, express yourself in the most creative, attractive way. You guys want to be attractive. You guys want to be superstars. You guys want to be expressive. You guys love the people that love you. So keep putting it out there and put that energy out there, and it'll come back to you, okay? But you gotta face your fears. You gotta be able to handle those ego blows, and you gotta keep pushing yourself out there, and confidence and true self-esteem will help you with that. If you have Virgo or Mercury in the 10th house, okay, Virgo or Mercury in the 10th house, okay, when it comes to your career, you're gonna have to work, okay? But before you even talk about the work, in order to unlock your career, you have to use your mind, your deep mind, your analytical mind. Okay, Virgo is all about analyzing, and with Virgo in the 10th house, this is a very gifted placement because you guys can pretty much pick up any skill, okay? And you guys have the discipline and the attention to detail to really master it the way the 10th house wants you to. So the 10th house loves Virgo energy. Not enough astrologers talk about it, but Virgo and Capricorn energy, Virgo, Saturn energy, those energies work well. So Virgo in the 10th house, the house of Capricorn, the house of discipline and hard work, it works well because not only is Virgo disciplined, but Virgo also looks into the details. So they're like great workers. So the work ethic here is amazing. And it has to be in order for anything to happen. So you're gonna have to put in the work, consistent work. And this is with all earth signs in the 10th house. You gotta put in work, just in a different way. Taurus in the 10th house, it's more about being patient and consistent and stable. So you're doing, like, you could be doing the same thing every day, but you're doing it and you're slowly rising. With Virgo in the 10th house, you want routines. You gotta have routines. You gotta be working on something every single day if you want to build that career. Okay, you gotta be working on something every day. Even your 9-to-5 job, use your 9-to-5 to invest in your business, which will soon turn into your career. Like, you want a daily schedule. You want a busy schedule, kind of. Okay, I don't want you to overwork yourself out because you can easily burn out with this position. But you want a daily schedule. You want a schedule. You want something that you're working up to. And you want to plan it. Okay? Create plans for your career. You have such a deep analytical mind. So create plans for your career and put in the work. Have a plan for your business. And do something practical every day to get up there. Okay, so work in routine and consistency is very important, and you're going to be pushed to do it to build anything. And you could do it. You're a Virgo. Okay, you're a Virgo in the 10th house. Be aware of the criticism, though. Okay, your analytical mind is amazing because it helps you pick up on details. It makes you very smart. You can pick up on so many skills. Virgos can do anything in the 10th house, like even more than Gemini. Okay, Virgos can really do anything when it comes to skills. Now, they can't communicate like a Gemini, though. But when it comes to skills, they can pick up anything because they really focus and they master it. Okay, because they're so good with the details. Geminis can miss out on details a lot, but their point is to communicate. But with Virgo and Mercury here, you want to be analytical. You want to master and learn skills. Okay, you're a worker. Okay, so you can easily do this, and there's nothing that you can't do. But you want to be careful with your mind and being too harsh on yourself. With these energies, it could get very, very harsh. You could be so overtly critical. You could be doing such a great job with Virgo in the 10th house, but because you're such high standards, you're so critical that you put more pressure, unnecessary pressure on yourself. Okay? These are people who, once they get it going, they don't know how to take a break, or they work themselves out until they're done, or their schedules are way too busy. Okay, Virgo in 10th house, you could have like such a busy schedule doing so much. You know, you want to be careful with how hard you are on yourself. You want to give yourself some grace, okay? Because you're going to need it. Yes, you need to work your butt off in this placement, but you also want to give yourself grace, okay? Because you don't want to overdo it. It gets too hard and too stiff, and then you don't really, you know, even when you're being successful, you can't even see it. You know, Virgo in the 10th house is going to be a placement where you do reach a lot of success. You do reach careers. You do reach certain placements. But because you're just always planning and you're always criticizing, you're just on to the next. Yeah, you reached that goal, but now you're looking up to the higher goal. So the goal that you just reached, that you worked your butt off for, you don't even pay attention to it because you're on to the next. That Virgo energy, that critical, is what's next, future, planning, and you're not seeing how you're elevating. You're not like taking in consideration all the little wins that you're getting, okay? Because you're so critical. So be careful with that. Also, the criticism can lead to pessimism too. You know, so much criticism that you're too scared to even start any of the work because there's so much to do. You want to calm down, relax, okay? And relax the mind, and don't let the criticism come too much. I always say with Virgos, put in the work. You plan a little bit, and then put in the work. The work is how you release the stress. When you think too hard and you plan too much, it can become overwhelming because of the amount of stuff that you have in your head that you got to do, and then you become scared of the amount of work. Virgo in the 10th house is a lot of work, and that work can be really intimidating. So you can have 2 Virgo in the 10th house type of people. And this is also Mercury as well too. Mercury is ruled by both Gemini and Virgo. So you're dealing with both sides, but we're talking about the Virgo type of Mercury. You got 2 Virgo in the 10th house type of people and Mercury in the 10th house people. You have the people that have so many ideas that they're brainstorming, that they're intimidated by all of it. So they end up being pessimistic. They end up not doing any of it because of how much work they have to do. And then you have the Virgo in the 10th house person who is doing so much. And they're constantly planning, they're constantly looking in the future, that they don't even value the successes and the obstacles that they've overcome. Okay, the things that they've done, they don't even value it. So you're an overachiever, you do a lot and you don't even value it. And you over criticize yourself. Meanwhile, people can barely do the bare minimum. You want to be careful not to be on either side, the pessimistic side or the overdoing too much and still being hard on yourself side. And you get away from this by, again, putting in the work and doing in the work, and also taking the time to relax the mind. Relax the mind, okay? You want to see it for what it is, okay? So definitely a very powerful placement with Virgo in the 10th house. These people, like I said, can do anything. They can literally pick up any skill. They're like literally the best workers you can think of. Very, very, very consistent, very productive. But sometimes a lot of that mental energy can stay in the head and you can become very pessimistic. Make sure you get out of that. But Virgo in 10th house is very blessing. I mean, these people can do literally anything. So yes, okay, that is your 10th house. Okay, the signs and planets in the 10th house. Okay, I just did the first part. This is part 1. We're only going up to Virgo. Okay, I'll do the next part for the next video. But if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section below. Also, you can book a reading with me as well. All you gotta do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back to you. And thank you guys for watching.